DSLR Film NOOB. One of the questions that's been coming in lately is, can I use zoom lenses for filming? Of course you can. In fact, I own a few zoom lenses myself. This guy right here is the Canon 16-35 f2.8 lens. And this guy right here is the Tamron 17-50mm f2.8 lens. Notice that I said f2.8. Both these lenses are a fixed f-stop across the entire focal length. The reason this is handy is because your f-stop doesn't change as you change your focal length. This can cause light dimming in your video footage. Let's take a look at these two zoom lenses and see how they stack up. So what we have here is the Canon 16-35 f2.8 lens, and as you can see, the travel on this one is nice and smooth, and the lens does not move at all when you're zooming in and out from 16 to 35mm. All the zooming action happens inside of the lens. Also note that this is in autofocus, but even in autofocus you have full-time manual focus control. So you can pull focus without having to push any switches or buttons. One thing to note is that the focus ring has much more travel than the focus ring on the cheaper zoom lens, but that the prime lenses have even more travel yet than this. So it gives you much more focus accuracy when you're trying to pull focus on your lens. All right, so what we've got here is the Tamron 17-50mm f2.8 lens. The cheaper zoom lenses usually have elements that extend out from the camera, as you can see right here. And the other thing to note is that on cheaper zoom, you don't have full-time manual focus. So you actually have to click this switch right here back to get manual focus. And as you can see, there's not nearly as much travel as there is on, say, a prime lens or a more expensive zoom. But 17-50mm is a very handy range for a crop sensor camera. There are occasions when I do recommend using a zoom lens. That's when these focal lengths aren't available in regular prime lenses. For example, the Tokina 11-16 f2.8 lens. This lens is very wide for crop sensor cameras and very handy. The closest lens you can get in this category is the Sigma 10mm f2.8, which won't give you much low light performance and is over $1,000. The reason I don't recommend using zoom lenses is because they don't perform as well in low light situations and they're not quite as sharp as their prime counterparts. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean that they're not usable. In fact, zoom lenses are very handy when you need something that changes focal lengths and you don't have time to be changing out the lenses. This won't provide as much low light performance, but it is adequate for filming. Zoom lenses can be a good starting place if you don't have the budget to afford a bunch of prime lenses. All the links to the zoom lenses that I own are in the crotch bar below, so check them out and see if any of these work for you. As always, thanks for watching. And if you like this content, please subscribe.